Have you ever gazed up at the sky and wondered, why are clouds white? It's one of those everyday mysteries that most of us take for granted. We see them floating above us, ever-changing, yet their color seems almost constant. But what if I told you that the reason behind their bright appearance is hidden in the very nature of light itself? Today, we're going to break it down in a way that's simple, fascinating, and easy to understand. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at clouds the same way again. Before we can talk about why clouds are white, we need to understand what they're made of. Despite their fluffy appearance, clouds aren't made of cotton candy or wisps of smoke. Instead, they're formed from countless tiny water droplets and ice crystals suspended in the air. These droplets are so small, often just 10 micrometers in diameter, that they can remain airborne, floating in the sky due to rising warm air. Each cloud is a collection of billions of these droplets, reflecting and scattering sunlight in an intricate way. But why does that make them white? To answer that, let's take a quick dive into the science of light. Sunlight might look white to us, but in reality, it's made up of all the colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. When light interacts with an object, it can be absorbed, reflected, or scattered. And here's where things get interesting. Different objects scatter different wavelengths of light in different ways. For example, Earth's atmosphere is full of tiny nitrogen and oxygen molecules that scatter shorter blue wavelengths more than red ones, which is why the sky appears blue. This type of scattering is called Rayleigh scattering. But clouds are different. The water droplets inside them are much larger than the tiny gas molecules in the atmosphere. And because these droplets are so much bigger, they scatter all colors of light equally in a process known as mere scattering. The result? Instead of just one color being dominant, all wavelengths combine, and we see the clouds as white. But wait a minute, if clouds scatter all light equally, why do some clouds appear gray, and why do storm clouds look almost black? Great question! When clouds get thicker and denser, their water droplets start blocking more sunlight. Instead of light passing through and scattering in all directions, some of it gets absorbed or blocked before it reaches your eyes. The thicker the cloud, the less light comes through, making it appear darker. Think of it like looking through layers of fabric. A single thin sheet lets plenty of light pass through, but stack multiple sheets together, and it starts to look darker and darker. This is the same principle that gives storm clouds their ominous, dark appearance. Ever noticed how clouds can glow pink, orange, or even red during sunrise and sunset? That's because of the way sunlight travels through Earth's atmosphere. During sunrise and sunset, the sun is lower on the horizon. This means that sunlight has to pass through more of the atmosphere before reaching your eyes. Along the way, shorter blue wavelengths are scattered out of sight, leaving behind the longer red, orange, and pink wavelengths to color the clouds. This effect gives us those stunning, Instagram-worthy sunsets. Before we wrap up, here are some mind-blowing cloud facts you might not know. The average cumulus cloud weighs about 1.1 million pounds. That's like 200 elephants floating above your head. Fog is just a cloud that's really close to the ground. So technically, you've walked through a cloud before. Clouds can travel at speeds of over 100 miles per hour. Especially in powerful jet streams. Some clouds produce tiny rainbows called cloud iridescence. This happens when light interacts with super small water droplets at just the right angle. There's a type of cloud called a morning glory that looks like a giant rolling tube in the sky. It's super rare and mostly seen in Australia. So next time you look up and see those fluffy white clouds drifting by, you'll know exactly why they appear so bright. Light, science, and nature all come together to create the sky's daily masterpiece. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And tell us in the comments, what's your favorite type of cloud? Thanks for watching True King's Knowledge, and as always, keep looking up.